One thing I really want to say, and I want to make this very clear to all my viewers out there. I love hip-hop. I grew up with Big Daddy Kane, you know, the Jungle Brothers, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Kwame, whoever you want to talk about in hip-hop. I listen to their music, I party to their music, I listen to hip-hop to this day. I sometimes feel bad for criticizing hip-hop, but I guess what I'm trying to do is to get us men to just take a hard look at ourselves. We're like in this box. In order to be in that box, you have to be strong, you have to be tough, you have to have a lot of girls, you gotta have money, you gotta be a player or a pimp, you know, you gotta be in control, you have to dominate other men, other people. You know, if you're not any of those things, then, you know, people call you soft or weak or a pussy or a chump or a faggot, and nobody wants to be any of those things. So everybody stays inside the box. You know what I think is deep? Just the fact that you hear so many brothers calling other brothers bitches, bitch-ass niggas. It's amazing that we haven't really talked about it more. Because to me, that's just as pervasive as the misogyny.
And now, a public service announcement for those who may be confused, courtesy of the G.
At this Summer Jam concert, 50 Cent questioned Ja Rule's manhood in front of thousands.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been brought to my attention that you guys don't know what bitch-ass niggas look like. Take a look at this. I know that's not hip-hop. You know that's not hip-hop. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And the next time you're flipping through your radio or through your TV, you know how to identify a bitch-ass nigga.
Bitch niggas.
The greatest insult that a man might imagine for another man is to assume that he's less than a man, and to assign him the very derogatory terms that one usually associates with women.
In the rest of our culture, when men want to call other men, you know, something that's really going to degrade them, they call them a sissy, they call them a punk, they call them all these kinds of names. That's outside of hip-hop. That's everywhere.
And to those critics who are so pessimistic about our economy, I say, don't be economics girly man.
The insult is double. It's both an assault on women, but it's also a reinforcement of a negative and vicious form, a malicious form, if you will, of masculine identity.
Man, unfortunately, you know, I was one of those cats who used to do that to brothers. You know what I mean? I'll just be real with you. And it was a false sense of power, you know, and it was a way of making someone else feel powerless.
Hey, I'm Bobby, a drag queen. This guy think he don't, but he's wearing a tongue ring. Hey, yo. Don't you know I'm about to bite you? I got a tongue ring, so I niggas like you.
It's calling your manhood into question. It's calling your sexuality into question, saying, you know, if you're not this, you know, you must therefore be gay. You must be a faggot, you know. You must be, you know, a bitch nigga. It's all of those things.
What does that mean? What does that say about us? Could it really be saying that we may be insecure about our masculinity? I ran into these three hip-hop heads back at Daytona Beach. Now, let me just ask this question. This is out of curiosity and probably naivete and ignorance. But like, what do you classify yourself as? You know what I'm saying? I mean, are you women? Are you men? I mean, what do you classify yourself as?
I mean, on a day-to-day, on a regular day-to-day, I'm just a regular guy, but every now and then I do dress up and women clothes. I like to wear women clothes. And besides, I look good in them.
How do you feel about homophobia in rap lyrics? Does that bother you at all? Does that make you feel any particular way?
It turns me on.
Not me.
You said it turns you on. Why does it turn you on?
It's so aggressive. Do it. So aggressive.
But they shouldn't be doing that because we some people who support a lot of their music.
Yeah.
Buy their music, go to their concerts and everything. We do.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with homophobia in hip-hop, right? Homophobic lyrics and things like that.
I can't partake in that conversation, Holmes. That homo?
Yeah.
As you talking about?
Yeah.
I can't even talk to you about that.
Why not?
Because, I mean, with all due respect, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to offend nobody. It's my cultural, what I represent culturally doesn't condone it whatsoever. So I'm slide. I'm being allowed.
All right.
Word is bond.
Well, let me just ask you this, boss. Let me just ask you this. All right. Do you think that a gay rapper would ever be accepted in hip hop culture?
Pass the Henny and then some. Say the word and we're gone.
I've never even seen straight black men in large numbers even try to have conversations with gay brothers. You know what I mean? I know folks have done it one-on-one. I've done it one-on-one. You know what I mean? But I don't really see that happening, man. Because I think part of the problem, part of the onus falls on straight men to really, one, begin to process how we define manhood.
Thank you. It took a while for some of us to come out, but you know, that's the process. You know, we was like in the corner, like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, you know, I'm cool, but you know, I'm not down with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's cool. And then like 10 years later, we were like, hey, I'm gay.
I started rhyming, and I came out like right around the same time. And it was in that situation that I became so much more aware of how homophobic hip-hop was, because here I am, a black man trying to love myself in spite of the fact that I've accepted myself as gay, you know, or along with the fact that I've accepted myself as gay. And when you do that, there's not a lot of love for gays in hip-hop. I mean, we know that from the beginning through now.
Timum talked about the irony between homophobia and a rarely discussed issue in hip-hop.
It's this real ironic sort of thing in hip-hop that it is such a homophobic culture oftentimes, and yet it's so completely homoerotic. You know, when LL Cool J's got his shirt off and is licking his lips, it's not just women looking at that. You know, it's guys too. I'm looking for my 50 Cent picture. There is some awareness of the homo-eroticism, but people aren't really willing to confront it.
I'm on my way to Vibe magazine to interview the editor of Vibe, and I'm going to talk to him about homoeroticism in rap music and hip-hop culture. Not too many brothers talk about homoeroticism in rap music, so we'll see how it goes. Can you just elaborate a little bit more about what homoeroticism looks like?
Homoeroticism in media looks like LL Cool J with no shirt on in his music video with a big 10 belt buckle, standing there flexing all greased up, staring at you. It is showing black men strong, naked, greased up, and as these really like almost like godlike objects, and they're everywhere. They're on magazine covers. You see Nelly on the cover of Vibe with no shirt. You see 50 Cent on the cover of Vibe with no shirt. And a lot of it is taken from the cultures in prison where everyone's tatted up, they don't have belts, so their pants are falling down. These are all the types of things that are very homoerotic, but they're also very masculine and considered very thug in our culture.
Whether exaggerated or not, men speak about their sexual conquest. Me and my boy hit it. Me and my boy did her. Me and my boy did this. So there's a lot of me and my boy up in there. Not much about the woman, but me and my boy. To form a union erotically, but one can't help but conclude that in the passionate pursuit of these women, only if my boys can have them, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none, Snoop said. All of that is directed toward an erotic intensity that bonds men at the expense of their heterosexual allegiances with females. So to me, all of those ways prove that there's deep and profound homoeroticism in hip-hop culture.
Now, do you get a lot of attention from guys?
Oh, yes.
How much attention from guys? You've been getting a lot of attention at this time.
Already. When we stepped out the car, it was like well,
how did it step to you?
You have guys that come and they be like, meet me around the corner and do it on the DL, and I love it.
It's like a lot of hardcore, thugged out cats here. Those are the type of dudes that
That's all we mess with.
Exactly. It's just a big front in front of their boys, and that needs to be known worldwide.
Visit the Independent Lens website to learn more about the history of hip-hop. Share your thoughts on the issues featured in the film in Talkback, online at pbs.org.